The Samsung Galaxy A73 5G is quite an interesting phone because even though on the surface it may look kind of non-flashy for a device that costs around 40,000 rupees, the experience of using this phone really makes you wonder if you really need the flashiest device available. Hey guys, I am Siddharth and let's check out if it is worth getting. After using the A73 for 2 weeks, its design has really grown on me. Some people may not find the chrome finished plastic frame to feel very premium, but the overall feel of the device in hand is really nice and it is very slim at 7.6mm, so putting on a case won't make it too thick. I like that the finish of the plastic panel on the back kind of looks like frosted glass, and it is also available in some other nice colors. The phone also has an IP67 rating, which will keep you stress free in case you drop it in water. The cameras on the A73 are probably its biggest highlight. The primary shooter is 108 megapixels with OIS, and then there is also a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera, a 5 megapixel macro camera, and another sensor which is only used for depth calculation for portrait mode. I recently compared the cameras on this with Samsung's Galaxy S22 Ultra and it was able to compete very well with it. It offered detail levels that were very close, and the main difference between their images was that the A73's images looked a bit more exposed and had less saturation than the S22 Ultra, which arguably makes them look more natural. So their claim of giving you a flagship-like camera is totally legit, and it is really impressive how a phone in this price range can keep up with the Ultra flagship. Both the primary and wide-angle camera had very impressive results, and the 32 megapixel front selfie camera also captured great images. The macro lens on the A73 also works well and you can get very usable images from it. All of the cameras also work well in low light and their night mode is also very useful. The 4K video recordings on the A73 also look nice, and because the camera is optically stabilized, it keeps the videos looking very steady, and you can also enable a super steady mode to take shots that look like they were taken on a gimbal. The display of the A73 plays a big role in making the device feel premium because it has some really thin bezels around its big 6.7-inch panel, which is a Full HD Plus Super AMOLED Plus panel that runs at 120Hz. The colors and contrast on this display are on point and you can really fine-tune settings like its white balance. Its 800 nits of brightness is also going to keep it readable in sunlight, and the 120Hz panel of course makes this phone feel buttery smooth, especially with the nice animations that One UI has running over Android 12. The 32 megapixel selfie camera with punch hole design is non-distracting and it supports face unlock. A73's in-screen fingerprint sensor is slightly below what I consider to be the ideal spot, but it is fast and accurate and you get used to the location. Now I am a person who generally prefers stock Android, but I have to say that Samsung's One UI is really amazing and it has so many useful features that are not easy to discover. I downloaded this Good Lock app and it made me able to really customize the interface as if it were a custom ROM. We also have some subtle quality of life touches like the camera app being able to scan documents directly and the ability to drag the shutter button to anywhere in the camera app, and there is seriously a lot more to discover with One UI. Samsung is also offering 4 years of software updates, so you will be running the latest Android version for a long time. The inbuilt stereo speakers are great to see here and they get very loud. Even though they can sound a bit tinny on higher volumes, they are still great for watching video content. The A73 has a Snapdragon 778 5G at heart, and this is not a top tier CPU, but I really didn't find any hiccups while operating this in my general use. We are at a point in time where the mid to high end chips are really not going to slow things down, so even though you may see very high benchmark numbers on flagship chips, the experience of general phone use is really great on this and it is able to keep up very well with its 120Hz screen. Now when it comes to gaming, this processor is still able to handle things well and I was able to play very demanding games like Genshin Impact without issues. The phone did heat up slightly in the upper area, but it was very manageable. So even though you may find better CPUs when you look at its competition, I can't really say that it has been holding this phone back in any way, as the experience of using this phone has been really smooth. You will see a difference between this and a higher end chip if you are really into mobile gaming, but on a small screen like this, I don't really mind the difference that much. This model of the A73 that I am reviewing has 128GB of storage and it is also available in a 256GB version, but the great thing about it is that it also supports expandable storage, so you can add in a microSD card, which is so rare to see on phones these days. Both the 128 and the 256GB models have 8GB of RAM, which is plenty enough for everything that this phone will have to handle. This is also a dual SIM device, but you can either have another SIM in it or use the microSD card. The A73 packs in a 5000 mAh battery and Samsung says that it can last you up to 2 days. In my tests, I did get screen times of around 7 to 8 hours on 120Hz with my mixed usage, so if you keep it at 60Hz, you should be able to get up to 2 days. So even though this phone doesn't have the LTPO tech of flagship phones, the battery life is very good. You do not get a fast charger in the box, which isn't amazing, but it does support 25W fast charging, which does make it juice up very quickly. This is a 5G phone, but I have only been able to test the 4G network in India, where this performed well and offered good call quality. So in conclusion, the Samsung Galaxy A73 offers a very solid overall experience and it shines in all the areas that it needs to. The cameras are really great, the display is amazing, I really like how good it looks, and it is just a really nice phone to use. The only area of concern on this is how well its processor will age, but I don't think that you should have any issues for at least a couple of years, and the performance has been quite nice on this. At its starting price of 41,999 Indian rupees, you may be able to find phones that are better in one area or the other, but the experience with One UI and the overall refinement of this phone is something that makes it worth for anyone who is looking for a very solid everyday phone that won't let you down in any area. Samsung also has bank discounts of up to 3000 rupees available, and they are also offering their 9000 rupees Galaxy Buds Live for just 499 rupees, which should also sweeten the deal for people who buy this. And that was it for this review. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.